As a lot of you know, I'm a DJ. I've been a DJ for 10 years. I've been doing this for quite a while, like 11 years, 10 or 11 years, something like that. I've been doing this for quite a while. As you know, right now, a lot of DJs are out of work. This whole pandemic, the COVID-19, coronavirus, however you want to call it, this whole thing that's been happening has been just hell for DJs, for everybody in the service industry. So service industry is everybody from bar backs to, if they provide a service, even your mechanic, like everybody, it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't have a steady job, if your job depends on, if your personal job, if you are individual, your job personally qualify, counts as, somebody has to come in to buy something, you have to provide a service industry. Generally, people who you tip is the service industry. Your barber or, butcher or whatever, it's the service industry. So there's a lot of people in the service industry who are reeling. A lot of those people are DJs, entertainers, period. The big name artists, the small name artists. But a lot of the times, if you're an artist, if you're an MC, if you're a singer, if you're a rapper, you're not able to, you're generally not able to provide your full lifestyle as a singer or a rapper or anything until you get signed, until you get big. As a DJ, you can do that at small. You can be a DJ for 3 or 4 small clubs and live a regular lifestyle. And you generally live check to check, but not because it's hard times, because you're doing a lot of investing. You generally let's just say you do 4 gigs a week. Each gig, you get anywhere between $250 to $500 a gig. So you can make anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 a week as a DJ. And with us being in this pandemic, they've snatched it all away. Bars have to close. Restaurants have to close. Clubs have to close. A lot of the places where DJs matriculate to try to get their income, all those places are closing. And so with those places closing, it sucks. It legitimately sucks. And I feel bad. I feel bad for a lot of the DJs. And so I had an interview yesterday with a friend who works at a radio station out of Dallas, and she had me discuss about the EIDLs, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. Now, I'm not gonna get too technical here. It's like a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it, but a lot of DJs don't realize that they qualify for these, especially if you're a 1099. If you pull up at a nightclub and they give you a check or they give you cash, however you want to look at it as, and you file as a 1099, an independent contractor or whatever like that, you qualify for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, EIDL. And with that loan, you get you a free $1,000. It's grant free. It's a grant, so it's free. Boom, it's an advance. They give you that. And then you also qualify for the loan. And the loan could be anywhere between $15,000 to $150,000, depending on where you're at. And the loan is 1 year, no payback. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So you're able to use that loan for whatever you need it for, truthfully. And then, I would tell you to pay it back. So what I would tell you, and I would recommend a lot of DJs do, is take the loan, put it up, pay for anything that you need that's a reoccurring payment. Doesn't matter if that's a car, phone, your insurance, your rent, whatever. Pay everything that you need to, and then pay yourself back with that loan, or for that loan, because that loan is something, where you're truthfully, you're constantly, you're putting money in and everything like that. And so like you can get that money back. You can put it to the side, you can do whatever. And then when it's time for the loan to actual start, you pay that money back to the government. And you used it to pay off everything with high interest rates, so you don't have to worry about that. And you're good to go. And it works. Like, it works perfectly. So I would absolutely recommend all DJs who are like club DJs. I recommend every DJ to go to the SBA.gov, apply for that loan, get that loan. And then once you get that loan, like, you good to go. And use it for everything. Phone bills, like I said, phone bills, your car. If you need new equipment, use that loan, but make sure you pay yourself back with that. Use it like an advance. They gave you an advance. You use it to buy the things that you need to, and then sit on it, because you got a full year before you have to pay it down. And then right before it's time to pay it, start the payment plans. Cause I think the payment plan is only like $100 or so, depending on how much you take. But payment plan is only like $100. Pay that money back. And then if you've acquired or accrued some interest, it's a couple of $100. If you accrued it, couple of $100, you pay that back, and now you've taken care of yourself for the year with a loan advance. And hopefully, if you were smart with the money, you didn't buy anything foolishly or something that's out of your tax bracket or out of your money thing, you able to apply that, and then that's that. There's also some other programs. There's the PPP, which is the Pandemic Protection Program. I think that's what it's called, Pandemic Paycheck Program. I don't know. Long story short, it's the same thing as the EIDL. Some different situations with that, but that turns into a grant. The EIDL is a loan. So with a grant, as you know, if you get a grant, you don't have to pay that back. There's stipulations, but you don't have to pay that back. With the EIDL, potentially that could turn into a grant. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all we got. But that was the gist of the conversation yesterday. Besides that, also make sure you're on as a DJ. Make sure you're on unemployment. Like, make sure you're on unemployment. Like, I see a lot of people talking about they're too proud to get on unemployment. Get on unemployment. You're unemployed. Like, that's what it's for. It's not there for you to feel bad. It's not because you don't feel like you need it. Get on unemployment. It's just that simple. Like, get on it. Be smart about it. If your job is lost because of this, get on unemployment. It's just that simple. Get on it. Stay on it. Until you start working. Once you start working, you can get rid of it. But get on it. That's what's needed. The pandemic unemployment assistance, which is the PUA, gives you an additional $600 on top of your unemployment. So if your unemployment's for $250, your total unemployment check will be $850 every week. It's every week, and you can backdate it until I think like March 14th or something like that. So if you're not on unemployment now, get on it now. And you can backdate it to March. So every week from March until this period right now, you can qualify, and they'll give you all that money. They'll give you like a lump sum of like $6,000 or however much it is, however many weeks that is. They'll give you like $6,000, $7,000, and you'll use that. And that's unemployment. You don't have to pay that money back, and it's taxable. So when it's tax time next year, you could potentially get those taxes back depending on how big of a hit you took personally. That extra $600 does run out the end of this month. I know that the Democrats and the Republicans was arguing. More than likely, they're not going to extend that $600. They're thinking of something right now, but that's too technical. I don't care about any of that. Just get your money, DJs. So once again, apply for the EIDL loan advance. That's a free $1,000. It's a grant. They give that to you. Boom. That automatically qualifies you for the EIDL loan application. $15,000 to $150,000. If you accept it, There are stipulations, read over your contract, but I would tell you to use that money, treat it like it is an advance, like a real advance, pay off things that are accruing interest, and then pay that loan back to yourself before you have to actually pay that loan off. Put that in an account, save that up, and then next year when it's time to actually start paying on that loan, turn in all your money. Turn in as much as possible. That way you don't have that many payments. That way you can use it and you're still good to go. The PPP, attempt to try it. I got denied for that, but attempt to try it. I do know people who have applied and gotten that money. And then the pandemic unemployment assistance, that this extra $600 runs out this month. So be smart. Get your money, be smart. That runs out this month. And that's it, man. Like, I'm hoping DJs are paying attention. I hope they're listening. Like, it's tough being a DJ. It really is. It really is tough to be a DJ out here.